On the 25th of October 1983, the United States invades Grenada. So President Ronald Reagan, citing the threat posed to American nationals on the Caribbean nation of Grenada by the nation's Marxist regime, orders U.S. forces to invade and secure their safety. There were approximately 1,000 Americans in Grenada at the time, many of them students at the island's medical school. In little more than a week, Operation Agent Fury succeeded in overthrowing Grenada's government. But some backtracking first, though, some background first, though. The situation on Grenada had been concerned to American officials since 1979, when the leftist Morris Bishop seized power and began to develop close relations with Cuba and the Eastern Bloc. In 1983, another Marxist, Bernard Kennard, alright, his name is Bernard Cord. Yes, Cord, not Kennard, had Bishop assassinated and took control of the government. Protesters clashed with the new government and violence escalated in the capital of St. George. Citing the danger to U.S. citizens in Grenada, Reagan ordered nearly 2,000 U.S. troops into the island, where they soon found themselves facing opposition from Grenadian armed forces and groups of Cuban military engineers in Grenada to complete the island's new military civilian airport. Matters were not helped by the fact that the U.S. forces had to rely on minimal intelligence about the situation. The maps used by many of them were in fact all tourist maps from the 1960s of the island. Reagan ordered in more troops, and by the time the fighting was done, a combined force of the United States, Jamaica, Barbados, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I believe or Antigua and Barbuda, totaling nearly 7,600 troops. Nearly 20 of these troops were killed and over 100 wounded. Over 60 Grenadian and Cuban troops were killed as well, so it was 30-30, 20-40, 25-15, so depends. But Kennard's government collapsed and was replaced by one acceptable to the United States, of course. Kennard's government collapsed and was replaced by one acceptable to the United States, of course. A number of Americans were skeptical of Reagan's defense of the invasion, noting that it took place just days after a disastrous explosion in the U.S. military installation in Lebanon, killing over 240 U.S. Marines, calling into question the use of military force to achieve U.S. goals. Nevertheless, the Reagan administration claimed a great victory, calling it the first rollback of communist influence since the beginning of the Cold War, which started in Greece of all places. But Black History Month.